name is Zach, and this is my first time, so I'm a little bit nervous because the last time I used that excuse, it was with an ex-girlfriend, and it ended in tears, and I really don't want to cry myself to sleep again tonight. But I'm pretty excited to be here because, I was telling my dad this afternoon, I'm like, Dad, I'm going to be up on stage and I'm going to try and make people laugh, and he pissed himself laughing. And I thought, well, that's pretty good, that's a good start, right? And he said, no, mate, that will be the only laugh you get today. I thought, thanks, Dad. But no, we have a pretty good relationship, but we get along really well. My parents divorced when I was 2. That's not a joke, so thanks for not laughing. And I grew up with my dad, and up until the age of 14, I thought that a mother was a woman who kind of cooked and cleaned and you replaced every 2 weeks. I always kind of thought, how is it that my dad picks up these women, or my new mums, constantly? He's pretty funny, he does a lot of the dad jokes, but another thing that he's really good at is embarrassing the out of me. Let me give you an example. It was last year, the night before Father's Day, and I met this girl while I was out. And I picked her up and I took her home, and she stayed the night, and I woke up that morning and I thought, sober, she still looked pretty good, so I went back for seconds. And knowing full well that there was a girl in my room, he barges in and says, "Mate, just so you know, it is Father's Day, I'm about to head out. You've got any presents for me?" And that's awkward. Dad, what the But you know what's funny about that story is that normally on Father's Day, it's my dad who gets to eat breakfast in bed. Oh. I thought that was pretty funny. That was what I thought was the most awkward situation with my dad until last week, because last week I discovered the most awkward thing a parent can say to their child. I was at home and my dad walks in and says, "Mate, can I borrow some condoms?" Dad, what the f***? And, that's awkward. And then he proceeded to tell me that him and my new mum had been pretty busy for the last 2 weeks and gone through 4 packets. And I tried to draw out a positive out of this, and I thought, well, if it's been 2 weeks and he's still with her, then maybe this is serious. Maybe this year I can celebrate Mother's Day. But you know what the most awkward thing about that was? That he used the word borrow, like there was some kind of intention to return. And I said, Dad, just take them as long as you promise to put me up for adoption. But I was actually talking to my dad this afternoon, and he said, "Mate, you know what you should do? You should write the jokes on your hand." And I said, no, it's all right, I'm going to remember them. And he said, no, just in case. And I thought, Dad, you know what, you've been telling me what to do my whole life. I'm not going to write them on my hand. And then I thought about something else that my dad had always told me while I was growing up, and that was never to touch myself. And I thought, in the ultimate act of rebellion, besides this ridiculous haircut, I could combine those 2 things, and instead of writing them on my hand, I would write them on my dick. So, backstage with a permanent marker, I wrote the first couple of jokes on the first 2 inches, and then I thought, shit, how am I going to fit the rest of this routine on the last inch? But no, there's one person I can blame from that, and that would be my dad. Thank you guys. Have a good afternoon.